conservative radio show host Janet Mefferd was talking about Anderson Cooper coming out, and she's very concerned about it because she feels like it normalizes being gay. And she has a problem with that.
That is what it does.
Right, that is what it does. Of course, we're in favor of that, but she's not in favor of it, and she explains why in this next clip.
Given what I am about to talk about, you might want to get yourself a bucket with a little water in it. If you feel a little sick and it manifests itself in a physical way, you'll be prepared. Anderson Cooper is gay. If this were pagan ancient Rome, Jerry Sandusky wouldn't have been in trouble at all, because homosexuality and man-boy love was so common and so accepted that outrage would have been inconceivable. It is only the vestiges of Christianity in our culture that give people the moral framework by which you can look at a Sandusky and feel revolted. Jerry Sandusky, 30 years from now, may be a normal thing.
Okay, so before we get to the Anderson Cooper comparison, which is outrageous, etc., I love her way of thinking about it. If you didn't have the Christian framework, you wouldn't be revolted by Sandusky. Mm-hmm. Like, so her natural assumption is that human beings would normally do that.
Yes.
You know, without like the fear of God.
We would be ancient pagan Rome.
Yeah, and then we would rape young boys naturally because that's how human beings are. Think about how evil they think humans are. It's amazing.
First of all, I don't know anything about the man-boy love during ancient pagan Roman times. I haven't studied it. I haven't read it. I don't typically seek out that information either. And I'm wondering, again, my criticism is always the same to these kind of crazy, outrageous claims. It's like, why do you study that? Why do you read about that stuff? You're so perversely drawn. It's the Rick Santorum thing. You're so perversely drawn to subject matter, to know it, to know all the details,
right,
so that you can talk about it and imagine it. And
totally.
It's just so, you know, and then the bucket with the water. What the fuck is that?
I know.
I didn't even understand. I guess it's a throw up or something.
Yeah, like supposedly if you're feeling sick and you're going to throw up, you should throw up in a bucket that has a little bit of water in it.
Oh, because the things I did not know.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the pagan man-boy love or the bucket.
No, but to Brian's point, look, every time we have one of these right-wing nut jobs making points like that, it's usually a man, and we immediately assume, like, okay, he's in the closet. I got the same sense with her, too. Like, she must have, like, strong urges for female love, and she feels really guilty about it, so she has to overcompensate by saying these ridiculous things about, like, ancient Rome. Like, we're not living in ancient Rome. No one is in favor of an adult raping a little boy, or raping anyone, for that matter. I mean, she's crazy.
They can't get it through their thick skulls.
It's about
there's
consent.
a giant difference between consensual and non-consensual sex.
Or homosexuality and pedophilia, like this whole idea that it's like this age-old sort of like lumping all these, like, you know, it's just ridiculous.
And I'm with you, Anna. I got the sense that her next rant was going to be about the ancient island of Lesbos, where these terrible women would grind on each other.
Yeah, that's right.
And they would make themselves orgasm over and over, day and night. How horrible it must have been. Like, oh, really? That's interesting that you looked into it. It reminds me of the blog that my wife found about me, and like some guy saying, like, I know you're gay, and I'm going to visit all the gay porn sites to see if I can find you there. Like, okay, if you need an excuse, big guy, go for it.
Go ahead.